I'm Yogavelli Nambiar. I'm the CEO of the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation. The foundation is a value-creating social impact organization, a non-profit that seeks to identify entrepreneurial talent and potential as early as 12, 13 years old and nurture that through the years with high-quality education, entrepreneurial education, as well as support in various ways so that young people may develop into the entrepreneurs of the future. So I think the common answer is that entrepreneurship is going through this crisis of identity. It's gotten a lot of interest in the last few years, but suddenly everyone either wants to be called an entrepreneur or everyone is an entrepreneurship developer. But I think certain key fundamentals are being left out. The one thing is that entrepreneurial mindsets are not really being worked on. If we don't nurture the mindset, if we don't really help people to learn how to innovate, how to create value, how to be resilient, and all the aspects of entrepreneurship, then they're going to come out lacking. So the common answers are around what's currently lacking is access to finance, not finance itself, but access into it. I think there's this the sense of scarcity. There is this fear that if I give away, that I'm going to lose something. And so when people talk about collaboration, I find what they're actually talking about is what can you give me? Which is, of course, not collaboration. It's not true and pure. It doesn't have the true intention and motivation behind collaboration. So if you keep your eye on the ball, if you are value creating, if you truly about creating impact, you will collaborate and create the partnerships that will make that vision happen. People expect impact to be quantitative. It really is about, and especially if you're looking at things usually from a government perspective, it's about how do we have mass spread, and it becomes more about the numbers and less about the quality. What we're doing is we're identifying young people who show entrepreneurial potential at 12 or 13 years old. We put them in the best schools possible. They're from marginalised or underserved communities. And then we teach them about entrepreneurship, about personal mastery, etc. And then we give them the support they need to get into university. We then have a university program that does the same thing, takes them through that education. We want them to go into corporate initially to get some experience, etc. There are some disruptors who won't wait for that experience. They'll immediately start a business. But by the time these young people start a business, it may be 15, 20 years after we first came in contact with them. And that requires patience. That's a long-term investing model. My inspiration is every time I look at young people doing something incredible. When there's a scholar who's 13 years old coming up with some fantastic idea, whether it's someone who's a fellow who's been voted one of Google's top minds in the world because he's had this entrepreneurial education from our foundation, whether it's someone who's built a business, who stayed inspired, your words of how you stay inspired despite it being hard, and knowing that I had an influence on that, that is what inspires me every day. People can contact me on my email. It's Yogavelli, Yogavelin @ allangrayorbis.org.